What are some of the quickest ways that you can derail the trust rebuilding process? Number one, you come into the process with a negative belief system. So that means if you're the partner who has been using pornography and has struggled with addiction, you come into it with a fatalistic mindset. And you are thinking things like, trust can never be rebuilt in our relationship. This is going to take forever. She's never going to trust me again. Things will never be the same, and on and on. If you're the offended party or the one who has been harmed by the addictive behavior, you might come into it thinking, I don't really think this guy is a quality person anymore. In other words, you have a belief that his character is so altered and that the problem is so deep that he can never return to the man that you love or that you once knew. So I think it's really important to be aware of your belief system when you're coming into the trust rebuilding process. Another way you can derail the trust building process is by interrupting. It is absolutely crucial that you come to every conversation fully present, fully aware of your negative emotions that you're bringing to the table, your insecurities. Each of you have to be aware of that. And you have to set some ground rules. And one of those things is don't interrupt. If you're interrupting, it is a sure sign that you are not really listening. You're actually just seeking to defend your own viewpoints or yourself, or you're having a knee-jerk reaction to something that's said, and you're not practicing a mindful behavior there. You're not thinking, now how I feel really, attacked right now. I feel really not good about myself. And so when she says these things or he says these things, I just really want to argue with them. So make sure you're actually listening and not just thinking about what you want to say next. And like I said, interrupting is a sure sign that you're not really listening. So that should be the first red flag that true listening is not taking place here. Another quick way to derail the trust process is to not be fully committed to it. Listen, you got here not overnight. It's not going to be an overnight fix. You have to be committed. I'm particularly talking to the person who's had the addiction right now. If you come into it thinking, one day I'm going to do whatever you ask me to do to rebuild trust, and whatever makes you feel safer, I'm going to do, and you come to it fully committed that day, but the next day when you get up, you're defensive, and when your partner asks you, hey, can you leave your phone here with me, or can you tell me what you were just looking at, and you instantly jump to, don't tell me what to do, don't be looking over my shoulder, stop trying to control me, then you're not committed to the process. This is not about control. You have to recognize that the trust rebuilding process is not about control. It's about you, if you're the person who's broken trust, showing up with a willingness to rebuild trust. And if you don't have that willingness, you're not committed to it, and you'll keep waffling back and forth. So that's a sign that you're not committed. If one day you're fully on board, the next day you're not, you need to examine your commitment level. So those are some ways that you can derail the trust process. And I hope that you will examine your relationship right now where it's at, examine your own behavior, and ask yourself, am I doing some of these things? Because I don't want to be doing those. I want to be going in a more positive direction.